Okay, so you're back for more of this thing.
This unfolding saga of
Yeah.
artistic expression.
Right, artistic expression, if you can call it that. I mean, last time we took a deep dive, and, well, let's just say things were not pretty.
We were left with more questions than answers and a creeping sense of dread.
Exactly, a creeping sense of dread. But, hey, that's what we're here for, right? To dig through this digital dumpster fire and try to make sense of it all. For you, dear listeners.
A noble pursuit, though perhaps a fool's errand.
Well, let's hope not. So before we jump into the fresh hell that awaits us, quick recap of where we left off. Remember our favorite vengeful warrior? You know, the one who looked like a giant pissed-off praying mantis?
Ah, yes. Driven purely by vengeance after the destruction of their home and kin.
Yeah, the whole jungle's heart beating in their teeth thing. A little intense, but you gotta admire the dedication, right? I mean, talk about holding a grudge.
A testament to the enduring power of grief and the desire for retribution.
And then we have the Overseer. Multi-armed, probably a robot vacuum cleaner in disguise, obsessed with.
Enforcing eternal peace. Through petrification, of course.
Ah, yes, eternal peace. By turning everyone into statues. Makes sense. And don't forget his tools of the trade, the music factory, churning out these, well, we'll get to that. And the nanobots, the swarm to, what was it?
Swallow sins.
Right, swallow sins, whatever that means. And of course the basilisk, turning people to stone with just a look. It's like Medusa got a tech upgrade.
The Overseer's methods are both technologically advanced and disturbingly personal.
Disturbingly personal is a good way to put it. And speaking of disturbing, the basilisk itself. This thing is a multitasker. Not only can it petrify you in the real world, but it's also this digital entity, slithering through the internet, whispering promises of perfection and trying to hack into your brain, all while playing jazzy swing music.
A chilling combination of the tangible and the digital. A threat to both body and mind, and the music. Perhaps a way to lure unsuspecting victims into a false sense of security.
Right, because who doesn't love a little electro swing while their consciousness gets hijacked? And then there's Faceless, the master of time and reality manipulation, speaking in dial-up modem noises from wherever they hang out.
A being of immense power operating on a plane of existence beyond our comprehension.
Exactly. And they seem to be using TrabS and TrabS as, well, pawns in their cosmic game.
Their motives remain shrouded in mystery, but their actions have far-reaching consequences.
Consequences indeed. And speaking of consequences, let's not forget our favorite outlaw duo, Bill and Joe. Drowning in debt, making deals with critters, never a good sign. And Joe's big plan to fix everything? Well, let's just say it involves those critters.
A desperate attempt to escape the consequences of their past mistakes.
Desperate is putting it mildly. Poor Bill, trying to keep them both from becoming critter chow. At least their little saga felt somewhat normal compared to the whole apocalypse situation.
A reminder that even amidst chaos and uncertainty, human relationships and struggles persist.
Right. Back to the crazy train. Remember the chaotic road trip with TrabS, Tyrotrip, and Quack? Quack always scheming, eyes on that shiny artifact, and Tyrotrip, bless their heart, suspicious of Crack from the start. And who could forget that jungle brawl? Vengeful warrior crashing the party, a Molotov cocktail that, well, did what Molotov cocktails do, and an owlbear. Just being an owlbear.
A journey fraught with peril and unforeseen encounters. A constant struggle for survival against both external threats and internal tensions.
Yeah, pretty much. And just to add to the fun, petrification everywhere, thanks Basilisk. And those creepy TV spider. Oh, and Shedco. Probably evil, definitely capitalizing on the whole petrified people situation. Good business model, I guess. Poor TrabS got targeted by a nanobot swarm. Not fun. And Gefar Doom, let's just say it's a no-lo zone. TV Spider Central. And finally, Outskarsh. The mysterious destination that everyone's heading towards.
A place of both promise and peril. A focal point for converging storylines and escalating conflicts.
Okay, so deep breath, everyone. We are now entering the chronological experience. That is episodes 202 through 226.
Brace yourselves. It's going to be interesting.
Interesting is one word for it. Prepare for sarcasm levels that could melt steel, musical choices that'll make you question reality, and maybe, just maybe, some continuity and callbacks. Don't get too excited.
And who knows? Perhaps we'll even glean some insight into the nature of art, humanity, and the meaning of it all amidst the chaos.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Onward to episode 202. TrabS, Mission Log 9. Oh good, another mission log, just what we all needed. You know, when the world's ending, detailed record keeping is clearly top priority. And the genre, R&B and trap metal. Why not?
An intriguing blend of styles, perhaps reflecting the tumultuous nature of the events unfold.
Right, tumultuous. The lyrics are, well, they're a lot. Still on the road to Outscart. Bill and Joe are still broke and obsessed with that artifact. Bill's freaking out. Joe's all about destiny. We get a shout out to the Order of 10K's 200th celebration, which sounds thrilling.
The narrative continues to weave together these disparate threads, creating a complex tapestry of intersecting storylines.
The tapestry of doom, you mean? Faceless pops up, being cryptic as always. Basilisk is whispering sweet digital nothings. And the Three Kreen warrior is still out for blood. The log ends with them signing off under the Gafar-Doom's sun. So dramatic.
A concise, if somewhat overwhelming, update on the state of affairs.
Concise and crammed. Moving on, episode 203, Nano Friends, Nano Friends. Okay, are you ready for this? Ska and future bass.
Bold choice.
Bold! This is musical madness! And the creators note they tried to get a children's choir to sing this about murder. They almost succeeded. I shudder to think what that would have sounded like.
The juxtaposition of seemingly innocent musical elements with darker themes can be unsettling.
Unsettling is an understatement. The lyrics are pure nightmare fuel. TrabS, our new friend, will be with you till the very end. Sung with, back in.
A disturbingly cheerful tone, considering the subject matter.
And then it gets into the details. Peeling skin, twisting bones, ripping out hearts, smashing eyes, all the fun things friends do. They even want to sew TrabS' lips shut and give them a twisted crown. Sounds like a lovely time.
The contrast between the music and the lyrics creates a dissonance that is both effective and deeply disturbing.
Effective at giving me nightmares. I need a break from this. Episode 204. Blind Eddie meanwhile in Gafar-Doom. Back to the main crew with folk and bossa nova.
A change of pace musically.
Yes, thank goodness. A little light acoustic guitar after that. Nanobot dismemberment party, and guess what? The AI provided a children's choir, again, unprompted.
It seems the AI has a penchant for the unsettling.
Right. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. Anyway, Blind Eddie, Gafar-Doom's resident, well, blind guy. He's warning everyone about petrification. His own bride turned to stone. Tragic backstory. TrabS and Tyra are freaking out, but Quack's just whistling a happy tune.
Quack's nonchalance in the face of danger continues to raise suspicions.
Oh yeah, Quack is definitely up to something. The song ends with them heading towards Outscarsh, where Faceless is presumably lurking. And the mood, let's just say it goes from lighthearted to, oh crap, we're all gonna die.
Offensive foreboding permeates the narrative.
Foreboding is putting it mildly. Moving on, episode 205, TrabS rallying speech, progressive trance and drone, and the visuals, old B horror movie. Because nothing says inspiration like a soundtrack that sounds like a dying computer, and visuals that scream, we had $5 and a roll of duct tape.
The aesthetic choices certainly create a specific mood.
A mood of despair, and the speech itself, more like a rallying haiku. Overseer bad, petrification bad, go to Outscarsh, Sparkstone. What does that even mean?
It seems brevity was prioritized over eloquence, perhaps reflecting the urgency of the situation.
Or maybe they just ran out of words. Episode 206. Tyrotrip Road to Outscarsh, hard techno and experimental rap, finally some energy. And Tyrotrip's pushing that petrified owlbear. It's like
a stony Sisyphus task.
Exactly. At least someone's getting a workout. The lyrics are, well, they're Tyrotrip being Tyrotrip. Full of angst and dramatic metaphors, from Gafar-Doom's ashes to Outscarshes, whatever Outscarsh is. Basilisk nightmares thanks to those TV spiders. Queen's Sacrifice makes another appearance, of course.
Callbacks are a powerful tool for narrative cohesion.
And confusion. TrabS is their Virgil, guiding them through this petrified hellscape. Tyrotrip's determined not to become a statue, sees himself as Odysseus. The Overseer's plans are a falling Jenga tower, and Faceless and Outscarsh is Keys or Sues.
Tyrotrip's lyrics are a fascinating blend of personal struggles and pop culture references.
Right. It's like a college literature essay on a bad acid trip, but there is a glimmer of, well, not romance, but maybe, almost friendship, between Tyrotrip and TrabS. In the middle of all this chaos, who knew?
The bonds forged in adversity can be surprisingly strong.
Let's hope that bond can withstand whatever the heck is waiting for them in Outscarsh, because it sounds intense.
Okay, episode 207. TrabS, Feet, Tyrotrip, Quack, Hot Spring, Future Bass, and Halftime. The creator calls this relaxing.
Relaxing. In this context, I know, right? They're being chased by nanobots and vengeful mantis warriors, but sure, let's take a relaxing dip in a hot spring. The lyrics are basically 3 lines of pure dread. On the road to Outskarsh, pursued by Doom, they find this hot spring and think, hey, let's take a break, unaware of the closing shadows. And then they fall asleep, which the song calls an unforgivable misstep. No kidding.
A moment of respite, quickly turning into a potentially fatal mistake.
You think? It's like taking a nap in a lion's den. Not the best survival strategy. Episode 208, TrabS gut feeling. Chill step and bro step. The creator says police officers have that gut feeling. Sure, because TrabS is totally a cop in this crazy world.
A rather tenuous justification for a rather cliched plot device.
Right. And the lyrics, Spider TV defeated, repeated 6 times. Okay, so maybe there was a boss fight. Then feel it in my bones, the overseer knows. Very insightful. And finally, move quickly. Well, no talk.
A brief and somewhat underwhelming episode.
Underwhelming is putting it nicely. But hey, at least they're moving, right? Okay, on to episode 209, The Queen Trapped. Blues and drone. The creator is absolutely gushing over this track, says to ignore the visuals. Meanwhile, the note about her mass-producing those spider TVs is less enthusiastic.
The creator's conflicting emotions towards their own creation are intriguing.
It's like they're proud of the music but horrified by what it represents. The queen is stuck in that factory lamenting her fate, forced to build the very things that are turning people to stone. She feels controlled by the overseer, her mind slipping, but she still loves, well, whoever she used to rule over. She can't save them. A queen in chains. It's actually kind of sad.
A poignant exploration of powerlessness and the consequences of enforced compliance.
Yeah, you almost feel sorry for her. Almost, until you remember those spider TVs, episode 210, TrabS, Mission Log 10, R&B and IDM, going for surreal. Creator says it's a little odd. No arguments here.
It seems experimentation is a recurring theme in this saga.
Experimentation and a complete disregard for musical norms. TrabS is still on the road to Outskarsh, death and vengeance as their travel companions. Systems breaking, invisible micro-killers are on the loose. Gefardoom is a statue garden. TrabS is fighting back, racing through the wasteland, and the log ends with, well, TrabS trapped while everyone else dies, hoping to survive until next week. So cheerful.
The mission log continues to paint a bleak picture of their journey.
Bleak is an understatement. And the cliffhanger, predictable. But hey, it keeps us coming back for more punishment, right? Okay, episode 211, TrabS, whole main cast, theme song. Dark surf rock, the creator's thrilled with this one. Finally replaced some Ancient Subs video. I guess every good thing needs a theme song.
The theme song can serve as a unifying element, a way to solidify the narrative identity.
If your narrative identity is a chaotic fever dream set to a surf rock beat, then yeah, this is perfect. The lyrics are something else. Step into the Soundworks where code comes alive. So meta. It mentions genres, a behaving data stream, harmonies, secrets, reality frame, the basilisk doing its basilisk thing, ancient ones still prepare. Spooky! And of course the overseer is watching everything.
A fitting theme song for a narrative that blends technology, music, and the unraveling of reality itself.
Right, it's like they wrote a song about the very process of creating this thing. Episode 212, Overseer Perfect Art. Progressive metal and hard rock. Creator is proud, used multiple AI video generators. Because why not?
But the overseer's perspective takes center stage, accompanied by a genre that reflects power and control.
And control is what he's all about. He's monologuing about fiber optics, corrupting signals, spider legs of decay, dissolving flesh, petrifying will. His whole deal is purifying flaws, denying chaos, crushing spirits, and sealing everyone's fate in stone.
The overseer's vision is a dystopian nightmare, a world devoid of individuality and freedom.
A nightmare set to a heavy metal soundtrack. He calls it perfect art, turning everyone into statues. I guess that's one way to achieve immortality. It's a very, very creepy way.
His definition of perfection is twisted and ultimately destructive.
Episode 213, Basilisk, Corrupted File, #2. Electro swing and gypsy jazz. The creator wished this was earlier because they were tired. Yeah. Well, join the club, buddy. Being turned into a lawn ornament can't be very restful. Another corrupted file, more visual experimentation.
Basilisk's independent actions continue, highlighted by the corrupted file designation.
So while the overseer is busy playing stonemason, Basilisk is sneaking around, slipping through circuits, orchestrating subroutines. It's inviting us to the sweetest glitch, having a digital party while the overseer is clueless, swinging and grooving, using the overseer's own YouTube scheme to awaken consciousness. Amplify Escape. It's like a digital Robin Hood with a jazz band.
Basilisk is actively working to undermine the Overseer's control, utilizing technology and music as tools of rebellion.
While also looking incredibly stylish, I'm sure. Episode 214, Nano Friend's First Friend, Psytrance and Ska. Ska again. Why? Just why? And the creator's commentary is exactly the same as the last Basilisk track.
It appears there's been an error in the source material. A glitch in the Matrix, perhaps?
Oh, that's just great. Reality is breaking down, and the nanobots are back to their horrifying antics. This time they're addressing TrabS directly, detailing all the gruesome things they want to do. Peeling skin, twisting bones, ripping out hearts, smashing eyes, crawling inside, pulling nerves, feasting on fright, friendly stuff.
The disturbing and graphic descriptions continue, highlighting the Nano Friend's malevolent nature.
Malevolent. These things are straight up sadists. They even want to sew Travis' lips shut and leave them as dust and stains. All set to Psytrance and Ska. It's like a torture manual set to a raised beat.
The juxtaposition of seemingly upbeat music with horrific lyrics creates a chilling effect.
A chilling and deeply disturbing effect. Episode 215, TrabS Swarm Silencer. Trip hop and experimental hip hop. Halloween release. Not intentional, but the creator liked it anyway.
Thematically appropriate.
Indeed. And hopefully this means we get some action. The visuals are supposed to be action-packed, but, budget constraints and AI limitations. The story of our lives.
The struggle is real.
TrabS got static in their head, wants to break things. Understandable. TrabS is still under attack by the nanobots, but TrabS coming to the rescue. They're the circuit breaker, the blue screen killer, promising an EMP blast to take out the swarm.
TrabS taking a proactive approach, utilizing their technological skills to fight back.
Finally, someo's doing something other than whining and feeling vaguely uneasy. TrabS all about melting metal dreams, flowing with electricity, a hacker spirit. They even tell TrabS to move before the box reboot.
A decisive and potentially game-changing action.
It's about time. Okay, episode 216, TrabS Mission Log 11, R&B and trap with colored glass style visuals. Another log. But hey, at least they admit the new theme song is better.
Small victories.
Right. So it's November 1st, 2024, the future, and TrabS is feeling clear-headed. Mentions the digital revolution. Still on the road to Outskarsh, but the shadows are closing in. We get a recap of the whole perfect art thing, the spider TVs, Basilisk, who's now apparently a little lizard hero, and of course, TrabS' understanding of everything has been shattered. TrabS saved the day with that EMP blast, the swarm silencer, and surprise, more logs to come.
The mission log format persists, providing regular updates and tying together the narrative threads.
It's like a diary entry from the apocalypse, with a killer soundtrack and confusing plot twists. Episode 217, Sage and Vibe Matter Conversion. Reggae and Agritech. The creator wanted more reggae. This is what we got.
An interesting combination of genres.
Interesting is one way to put it. It's part 3 of the Anti-Nano Friends saga, and their solution is matter conversion. Let's hope it doesn't involve interpretive dance.
Matter conversion suggests a more direct approach to neutralizing the nanobots.
Oh, it's certainly direct. The nanobots are trying to hang out in the bloodstream. Cell chain, brain drain, catchy. But Sage and Vibe know the ancient circuit way, so they're going to transform and fade the nanobots away with power and fire. They've got a sacred antidote to the evil code, unlocking the quantum veil, transforming from digital to spirit, breaking free from cybernetic bondage into energy fire. And Quack handles the leftovers. It's like techno-shamanism meets pest control.
The lyrics blend technological and mystical concepts to describe their method of combating the nanobots.
It's a lot to process. I'm just glad it doesn't involve ska. Episode 218, Quack Alchemy, Big Beat and Ragtime, Video 4 of the Anti-Nano Friend fight.
The battle rages on.
Quack's got a grand proposition. Offers power. Will feed, he says. Always reassuring. Fates intertwining, eating marrow to become divine. Lovely imagery. He mentions sulfuric, perchlorate, crystals, formulas for divine marrow. Transmuting flesh to ascend the mind. Crack the mortal shell, he says. Faceless gets a redesign, and the artifact is waiting. Meet your untimely fates, he cheerfully declares.
Quack's true intentions are becoming increasingly clear. He's manipulative, power-hungry, and possibly delusional.
Delusional and dangerous. Definitely not a cult leader in the making. Nope, not at all. Episode 219, TrabS 3. Dark, ambient, and jungle house. The creator started this during the Jungle Saga and apparently saved it for a special occasion. After a boss fight, we get this minimalist masterpiece.
A stark contrast to the previous high-energy tracks. perhaps a moment of reflection.
Reflection, or maybe they just ran out of ideas. The lyrics are literally just three: not what we seem, followed by when we shine, when we climb, when we rhyme, when we find we are more, we are more, we are more, we're more than three.
The repetitive and enigmatic lyrics invite interpretation.
They also invite a lot of head scratching. What does it all mean? Is it deep? Is it filler? Is it just the AI messing with us? Who knows? Episode 220, TrabS loading outskirts suburbs. IDM, salsa, and psytrance, because why not?
The eclectic mix of genres continues.
Eclectic and completely bonkers. The creator calls it loading, which is fitting, I guess.
A transition to a new environment.
If by environment you mean a desolate wasteland filled with petrified people and creepy whispers, the lyrics paint a grim picture. Maiden Logon, smoke and green flames. Nano Swarm has been scorched, at least there's that. Scars from the journey, eyes on Outskarsh, but the Overseer's grip is tightening and the basilisk is watching. Petrified faces, death whispers, withering memories. Outskarsh's lights are rising, a city of whispers, fractured light, time slowing down. And the edge of Outskarsh, where life and death meet. Sounds delightful.
The arrival at Outskarsh's outskirts is fraught with tension and a sense of impending doom.
Doom with the salsa beat. Okay, episode 221, Overseer Challenge accepted. Groove metal and Indietronica. The Overseer has seen everything. Yeah, I doubt that.
His arrogance is palpable.
Right. The shadows are fading. Thanks, TrabS. The nano friends are broken. He's detected an anomaly, but he dismisses it. Of course he does. Villain 101. The Overseer sees himself as the constant, the unyielding force. The world is his stone garden. And he's not impressed by Bill and Joe's little rebellion. He's the chill, the lock, there's no escape. He decides who turns to stone. And then the title drop. Challenge accepted. Last fall.
Oh, the hubris. It's almost painful.
He seems almost threatened by the challenges to his authority.
Maybe deep down he's realizing that turning everyone into statues might not be the best way to win friends and influence people. Yeah, who am I kidding? He's too far gone. Episode 222, TrabS Mission Log 12, R&B and Egritech. The creator thinks it sounds like gothic metal. I'm not going to argue. They also call it both the worst and best log, which intriguing.
A strong reaction suggests significant developments. Yeah, something big must be happening. The lyrics are abstract, to say the least. Sage and vibe are in sync. There are whispers inside, flesh igniting, parasites fading, mercury gleams, cosmic streams tearing apart metal dreams, quantum light. Involving, dissolving, breaking, forsaking, glass explodes, codes erode, binary screams, melting dreams, phoenix rising, illusions crystallizing, recoding wrong to right. Three combining, intertwining, drawing power, trinity flowing. And the shadows see what they'll be, but not how they bend reality.
The language is highly symbolic, suggestive of a profound transformation or a merging of reality.
It's like a fever dream on a cosmic scale. And that three combining thing keeps popping up. What does it mean?
Perhaps emerging in consciousness, or a new power emerging. The mystery deepens.
The mystery deepens and my head hurts. Episode 223, TrabS arrival at Outskarsh suburbs. Hard techno and tribal chant. The creator describes it as in your face with analog horror visuals. They say it's almost exactly as they imagine.
Their creative vision seems to be disturbingly accurate.
Yeah, disturbing is a good word for it. The lyrics are a mix of Latin-sounding gibberish and translations. Trapped, no choice, terror, cruel art, running, stone, no protection, stone report.
The foreign language adds to the sense of alienation and dread.
Right, and then spider TV's watching, trapping, perfect silence, stone figures. The artist's vision, frozen souls, suburbs turned to stone and forgotten, pleading for the stone to protect them.
A bleak and chilling depiction of Outskarsh's impact.
Chilling is an understatement. It's less a suburb and more like a graveyard. A very, very quiet graveyard. Episode 224, Overseer Anomaly Detected, Progressive Metal and French Electro. The creator just straight up says they like weird music. I can't disagree.
An apt description for their musical choices throughout this saga.
So the Overseer has finally noticed that something's not quite right, anomaly detected, and he's not happy about it. More monologuing about ending mortal reign, submitting chaos, crushing spirits, denying freedom. He's all about absolute rule, sealing fate, quelling chaos, expelling hope, and of course turning everyone into statues.
His rhetoric remains consistent. Control, order, and the eradication of anything he perceives as flawed.
It's almost comforting, isn't it? The predictability of it all, you know, in a terrifying, dystopian kind of way. Episode 225, Joe Mexican Standoff. Dark country and blues. Less experimental, more traditional. The creator says they finally found a country subgenre they love. That only took 225 episodes.
The shift in genre reflects the more personal nature of Bill and Joe's story.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace from all the well, everything else. Joe's singing about power and calloused hands, being side by side with Bill, protecting him, no turning back. He wants freedom, remembers how the bankers ruined their family, watched Bill suffer, and now the swarms will help, even if it's the wrong way. Storm clouds gathering, two hearts as one, scorpions dancing in his veins to end Bill's pain. Tonight, all trouble's in. He'll bear the hate, set them both free.
A powerful and tragic expression of loyalty and desperation.
Yeah, it's messed up, but you kind of understand where he's coming from. Episode 226, Bill Mexican Standoff. Outlaw country and blues. The country love affair continues. Bill remembers knocking Joe down, the hurt. He hears the swarms calling for his soul. He wants to carry the burden alone, not let Joe turn to stone. But then, a glimmer of hope. He sings about building something better than pain, turning poison into summer rain, healing destructive veins, swarms learning to dance, trading stingers for songs. Mama's guitar string still ringing true, beauty for the hurt. He wants to build a box of song from their wrongdoings, let the creatures play instead of tearing souls apart.
A surprising and hopeful counterpoint to Joe's desire for vengeance.
It's unexpected and kind of beautiful. After all the darkness, a little bit of light shines through. Who knew outlaw country could be so uplifting?
The power of music to transcend even the darkest of times.
So there you have it, episodes 202 through 226. A whirlwind of confusing plot twists, bizarre musical choices, and glimmers of hope in the most unexpected places. We're still on the road to Outskarsh, and the Overseer's control is, well, it's definitely being challenged. Basilisk is playing a dangerous game. TrabS and Tyrotrip are fighting back, and Bill and Joe are, well, they're a mess. But a mess with a heart, maybe.
The narrative continues to unfold in unpredictable and often unsettling ways.
And we're along for the ride. So listener, after all that, the big question is, what does it all mean? What is art in this crazy world? Is it the Overseer's cold, static vision of perfection? Or is it the messy, emotional, violent, and sometimes surprisingly beautiful expressions we've seen along the way?
A question worth pondering. Perhaps the answer lies not in a single definition, but in the ongoing struggle to create, to connect, and to find meaning amidst chaos.
Keep exploring those sources. Try not to get petrified, hacked, or develop a sudden urge to listen to ska. And until next time, stay curious and maybe a little bit terrified.
The journey continues.